Dude, do you know we have the same tie-dye tee on?
Are you kidding me, bro? I fucking you. I
I
let you
put
wear
mine
it
on
last
first.
time.
You woke up at 9 o'clock. I was up at 6:30.
I checked out the hotel at 9, buddy.
Oh, well, no one's gonna know because we didn't even notice till just now.
I noticed at breakfast.
Bro, you noticed at
didn't wanna say
breakfast.
Just say that, Esteban.
Awesome. Well, we are back, sold out, episode 14, with our good friend, owner, CEO, founder of Lost Files, Phil Jackson, aka Estevan. Nice to have you on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man.
Of course, bro. Seriously, yeah. It's been a while. I know we had talked about having you out here like the last month or two.
Yeah.
So to actually get you out is super nice, bro. If you want to do just a little introduction, who you are, yeah, anything like that, I'll give you the floor for a second. I'll give you a more guided question.
Okay.
How did you get into this industry in the first place? What even brought you on to like sneaker Twitter? How did you get to know people in our community?
Yeah, probably just a few years ago, reselling. Got into bots and stuff pretty. I would say a few years ago too.
Yeah.
When I was like mostly doing in-store stuff.
Okay.
That's how I was getting most of my stuff, and then I moved to bots, and when I started getting a little bit more money, being able to do that. So yeah, that's how I got here.
Okay. What brought you what was your first real interest? Was it sneakers? Was it like vintage? What first like got you obsessed with the culture?
Sneakers for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was buying shoes for myself probably in like 8th grade.
Okay.
Freshman year of high school.
Nice.
And that was maybe 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So around then.
Nice.
What was your first big like cook with a bot?
With a bot?
Yeah.
Oh man. Something on Yeezy Supply, but I don't remember what.
Yeah. Belugas or something? Like,
Yeah.
would you have been botting back then?
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. That was
yeah.
something around that time for sure.
Yeah. Most of the guys would say like belugas or
Yeah,
something.
it was
but I
probably
wasn't even
slightly
doing-
after Belugas,
Okay.
I would assume.
Your it's cool. It's a literal transition from like reseller to retailer.
Yeah.
Because for those that don't know, Esteban launched a brand roughly 4 months ago now called Lost Files. Primarily a shorts company, but it's a clothing company. And his growth has been unprecedented as far as just the hype around his brand. People are super supportive of you from our industry. Obviously, you were like a member of all these groups. You were just going for shoe drops with us, and now you're actually orchestrating drops yourself. So it's pretty cool. What's the backstory? How long ago did you have the idea that you wanted to launch a brand for yourself?
Probably at the beginning of the pandemic, around March, what would that have been, 2020?
Okay.
Is when I first got like ideas and kind of got started like planning stuff out and really thinking about it, like how to take it from an idea to that like next step.
Yeah.
It's probably then, and then from there I just really took my time and planned everything out kind of month by month of just where I wanted to be at,
Right.
like at the end of each month, and what I needed to have done and stuff like that.
Yeah. When did you like put your first order in? When did you actually put the formal order in and take that step?
The first thing I ever ordered was the corduroy hats. I got those.
Yeah, I got some of those.
That was probably right. That was sometime in winter. I would say January.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yep. Okay.
Is it the same provider for hats as the mesh shorts?
No, the hats are from
Different?
a different manufacturer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's awesome. The corduroy pieces are awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure, man. Lost Files. What does the name mean? Like, does the name like have a direct meaning, or is it? Where did that come from?
It was originally supposed to be the archives. I did more research, and it turned out that name was taken, or
Okay.
I don't know if it was taken by a clothing company, but like when I looked up the website name, it was stuff popped up, and Lost Files was a little bit more cleaner.
Yep.
I thought it represented the brand a little bit more well, and that's what I went with.
Yeah, I like it. I think Lost Files has a good ring to it. There's always something like, I remember I had a conversation about just naming businesses with someone once. I think it was someone that was launching an app, and he was expressing how important it is to be like a unique name. Like you couldn't be like Apple Files or something like that, because there's a huge brand, Apple, that is going to take it. It's going to be the first place people's minds go when they hear that brand. So yeah, something like Lost Files, it's actually unique, original. So was there any strategy behind when you launched, like when you started actually like had your launch your first sale? What was the strategy behind the time frame?
So I'm from Wisconsin, so it really doesn't get warm enough to wear shorts until like April, like late April, kind of May.
Yeah.
But I knew like other places they had weather like in March that I probably could have sold to that area and they would have been fine wearing the shorts. So I kind of needed to find a time in between both. And like I got the shorts in, made sure they were okay, warm myself for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then in April I thought it was all right to release that first collection.
Good
So
time to
you
actually.
started with hats. Did you have to contact like the corduroy company to get like the okay to make the hats?
So I have a licensing agreement with them. I
Nice.
got that in like April of 2020 as well. So
Okay. So
like
a while ago.
yeah, so I got that agreement. We signed the contract, and
Was it for just hats?
no, it's for anything with
Anything
the
corduroy.
yeah.
So you were basically like, I'm gonna do. So did you start with the idea of like I'm gonna do hats, or did you know you were gonna do mesh shorts?
No,
too?
I knew it was gonna be shorts.
Yeah.
Hats just so happened to come up. I
Okay.
thought that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
And when we got that contract, I was kind of like, okay, so I really have to do this
And you
now.
can
Like we
do
have a
everything.
contract,
Yeah.
and just went from there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Have there been any like big I guess in your early inception and launching the company, were there any like giant hurdles or struggles that you felt that you needed to overcome, like that stick out to you the most, that you're proud that you got past them?
Starting was probably just like the one of the biggest things, like kind of being nervous about how people will like just
Receive you?
yeah, receive it.
Yeah.
If they'd support it or not. And once you get past that, it's you'd be all right. That was
Comes more
probably the biggest
naturally.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like putting your ideas on paper and actually I mean, you're as a, creative, right? As a designer or CEO of a clothing company like this, it's like you're kind of putting yourself in a vulnerable position
For sure,
by
yeah.
putting your ideas out there in the public, like, because this is what I think is cool. This is my vision. This is my artistic vision. Here it is for all of you guys.
Right.
If they like were to not receive it, that could be
Yeah,
devastating
yeah,
to
for
one's
sure.
ego or anything. But
Yeah.
the fact that the reception was, I mean, I'd say highly positive.
Yeah, and that was
amazing.
the coolest
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, is people actually liking what I was putting out was just really cool, and just
Yep.
it gave me like a sense of freedom. Like, okay, this stuff does work. Let
Yeah.
me even take it a step further with like the crazier designs or
Yeah.
just stuff like that.
Exactly. Even like the spider web design in particular on that one pair that you released, like that's super unique.
Yeah.
You don't see shorts like that
Right,
often.
yeah.
So it's cool. I like that you're actually having fun and being bold with some of your
For
early
sure,
designs.
yeah,
like
that's the
that.
best part of it. I get to kind of express like stuff I would wear that I can't find myself. Like,
Right.
Be able to put it on my own shorts.
Exactly.
When you design stuff, do you ever like put it with like a T-shirt or like shoes or something? Like when you're looking
a
at
good
the
question.
concept.
Yeah,
So
like
like
a lot.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
do you match it with like some kind of black tee you've seen or like something like that?
Right. Yeah, I kind of picture like how that would go with a shirt that I maybe would wear with it. Like
Yeah.
if there was too much on the shorts, do you have to go with like a plainer
A
tee
plain
or
shirt,
something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
So yeah, I try to think about all that stuff when coming up with
That's
the
cool.
designs.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hmm.
You've really gone through like the transition from botter reseller to now you're literally a brand, a distributor. At first, like when you saw people running bots on your shorts, it was probably like, I would imagine, oh, that's cool, man, that's crazy irony, that's so amazing. But now that you're like actually trying to get shorts into people's hands, like real fans, is it becoming a nuisance? Do you kind of want like, or do you wish people weren't botting your releases? Where's your head at like in that process?
I just try to make it as fair as possible.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought the Black Paisley release was really fair. I thought that one was good.
I try, and like with stuff like that, there's people who are gonna be not happy regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
Like someone's gonna be mad no matter what. So not everyone's gonna be happy, and I just really had to make it as fair as possible.
Yep. Do you see yourself like if the demand and sellout times warrant this, do you ever see yourself just being super serious about anti-bot? Like, could you see yourself maybe if your drops get big enough and hyped enough that like pursuing actually like contacting Shopify to get a team on like would you go that far to stop bots if
For sure,
push came
yeah.
to shove?
If it came to that, then definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, but it makes sense because like you don't want all of the stock being gobbled up by people that are just going to put them on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
Like you want true like fans
Yeah, I
of the
need people to
brand.
actually wear the shorts for it to keep growing. So I
Yes.
got to get them in like the right people's hands.
That's it. Well, and
Mhm.
you need people to engage with your brand.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
if I as a consumer am, oh man, Esteban's got these sweet shorts he's releasing, and every drop I'm just completely unable to touch. Eventually, I may not be going for them
Right,
first come first
yeah.
serve anymore because I think it's just too impossible. So I'm sure that's a big hurdle. Like you really need people to engage with your brand, know that your website's a good spot to cop the shorts. You make
Yep.
it fair. You care about like equitable distribution and whatnot. It's so running so you're hosted on Shopify.
Yeah.
Has there been any type of like contact from Shopify to you because of the type of flash sales that you do, or like have they said, hey, this is what we offer, like anything like that?
Not just yet. Like they put me in at like at a higher tier than, like, I don't know how to explain it. So like kind of there's the beginners who just have a regular Shopify store, and
Yeah.
then they see that you're doing pretty well. I think they said I'm in the top 2% of
Enough sales. Or
yeah
something.
That's sick.
websites that released
Yeah.
that in the
dude,
month
I'd
that
be
I
proud
did.
of that. That's awesome.
So yeah, they've contacted me about that, but nothing to
Yeah.
that extent yet.
Okay. That's
so
cool.
I wanted to ask you about textile stuff. Like, so denim, like there's different denim weights and selvage denims and all
Right.
this stuff. And then with cotton, like t-shirts, you'll see on Kith, it'll say like different weights of like, I think it's GSM or GSW, like
Yeah.
135 or something. With mesh, I know with the corduroy shorts, because I have them, you have like, there might be like an interior lining or something.
Mhm.
Whereas I think I have the tie-dye ones, they're like maybe a little thinner or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
So what kind of goes into like, do you select different meshes, weights, or like how does that work?
Yeah, there's a few different weights you could go with. I felt that the corduroy in the first Paisley collection was just too heavy for summer.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't able to wear those like I could a regular basketball short, like just around the house and do everyday things. They were just too heavy for that, so I went with the thinner material on the newer stuff, and I think that's like the perfect weight for right now. I really like that personally, and that's just what's worked so far.
Right on. Yeah, that's cool.
Just like I had written down just design, describe the process. So in general, where do you start when you're like putting pen to paper? Are these just ideas that you come up with? Do you just like scribble out ideas and eventually, hey, that might be able to materialize on shorts? Or yeah, what start to finish? What's where's your head at?
Yeah, probably. I have a little note, like a sketchbook that I draw in a lot for different designs and just ideas I have. Most of it's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Like from that, I take to like Illustrator and just kind of mess with things for a while.
Yeah.
And just see where it goes and how different things would like be laid out on the front side of the short and the back side of the short.
Yeah.
Just how everything would be stitched together, and then from there we go to like I ask the manufacturer, can this be done?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it can be, how would it look? And then go to samples and then check the samples, and from there we start producing.
Okay. When when you're going through that communication like sample process with the like the actual production facility, how many, like, what's that back and forth correspondence? So for example, your collection that you're about to drop, collection 6 I believe is a Skyline.
Yeah.
How many different samples, how long of back and forth idea like communication, like how long did it take to actually get the final product?
It really depends. Like now we can do like samples take a few days.
Yeah.
They send the samples. When those come in, like if I like it, we're good to go.
Okay.
That we're at that point now where it's become a lot easier to, like, we understand what we want on both sides and what we're trying to, like, what look we're going for.
Yep.
As long as like I do my work on my end, they're pretty good with putting that right on the shorts.
Yeah.
And, just getting that done for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So coming into, we're obviously middle of summer right now. shorts are at an all-time high demand right now. Especially, I mean, mesh shorts are in, bro. That like kind of 90s vibe and look
For sure.
is hot right now. What are some of your like wintertime strategies as a business? Where do you see your time being dedicated and priorities being dedicated throughout the winter? Are you going to look at angles into more winter items, or just is that kind of where you plot and plan and prepare for the next in season summer?
Right. Yeah. So most of that time is going to be dedicated to getting ready for the next summer season, but we do still want to drop something.
Okay.
We have samples of sweaters coming in, sweatshirts,
Oh, sweet, dude.
crew necks.
Nice.
So depending on how those samples look, we might get into something like that.
Yeah.
And then we got a few different ideas that
Okay.
possibly will come
Sweet.
out.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good. So yeah, we'll be looking out for Lost Files drops all
for
through
sure.
the
Yeah.
winter. Then that's sick. Where, in a very general sense, as if I hear Lost Files, what do you want me to think as a consumer? Like, do you want me to think shorts? Where do you want the consumer's like psychology to be around Lost Files? Like all just like clothing in general, shorts, where like, yeah. What's your vision for what you want the general consumer customer to perceive your brand?
Not just shorts, but I would say like a higher quality short.
Yeah.
That's like just really in and like very modern. You
Yep.
know?
Relevant to the culture.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yep.
something that's really relevant to the culture. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Definitely. How far out are you coming up with designs before they actually get released? Is it like a few months prior? Or a
Right
couple
now
months?
it's like we're doing stuff probably a month or two in
Nice.
advance. We're trying to get stuff out, and it was really like we were rushing in the beginning
Yeah.
because I didn't it was my first time doing this, so I didn't really have an idea of how long that stuff takes. But now we're trying to give the manufacturer a little bit of time to just get everything ready and just not have to rush so much. We were kind of
sure.
rushing in the beginning, getting stuff in like the week of the release. It was pretty hectic, but now we're taking our time and
That's
really,
good.
yeah, spreading things out.
Would you
Right.
say they're kind of like basketball shorts? Because there's no back pocket, right?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
back pocket.
Side pockets.
Yeah, that's what I call them. They're basketball
I
shorts.
was literally just thinking because you said how they're seasonal.
Yeah.
I used to have these, the long basketballs with the snaps on the sides.
Yeah, oh, like the sweatpants. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like thinking how that would be so fun. Like,
Yeah.
cool if it was a.
We used to have those for AAU. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that
were
would be an
cool.
interesting product. Man.
Yeah.
No one's doing those.
No one's
No,
making
no,
those.
No
exactly.
one's making those.
Those are super like 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
80s, 90s.
Dude,
yeah.
come on, let's go.
Hey, we could for
Yeah.
sure.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah. Especially with the resurgence of that 90s.
Yeah.
look,
Yeah, I
man,
know.
it's
I was
serious.
just thinking. I remember having
Everything
those.
90s is gonna come
Like the
full
Yeah.
Bulls
circle.
warm up, they'd like
The
Yeah,
snap,
rip
the
them
snap
off.
ones,
Yeah, yeah.
Scotty.
Dude, do you have any like direct inspirations in terms of like design or like brands that have successfully launched and have scaled, like people that you look up to in the like just clothing and design industry?
I would say Ronnie at Kith is probably someone I look up to
Nice.
like the most. Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
I love what he's done with that brand, man. That everything there, from like the actual clothing pieces to the stores and like the vibe like you get when you walk in there. It's super dope, man. Like every time
Yep.
I'm over there, I definitely stop in one of the stores.
Kith
Which
is
one
awesome.
do you go to?
I've been to both. in
So
New York.
Miami.
Oh, for real?
Oh, what
No.
about Miami?
Oh, I haven't been there yet. No.
But
no.
there's two in New York.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Yeah.
I only thought there was one in New York and one in Miami.
Unless
That's
they
sick.
moved in the time I was
I mean,
there.
they definitely could have two.
Yeah.
I
Right.
have no idea.
And I know, like you saw the new Kith Paris store.
Yeah, Kith Paris is
that
crazy.
like really
yeah.
elevated, very
Yeah.
like
High-end type,
high-end
yeah.
feel to
That's
it.
that's cool, man. I like
Yep.
what he's done because he's still selling like basketball shorts and T-shirts and stuff, but he's
Mhm.
doing it at like the highest level you
Yes.
probably can.
Right, literally, and then he'll have like really high-end collaborations.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
$900 sweater, and that's
Yep.
normal. Like people
Yeah.
aren't surprised when they see like a $900 Kith piece, or
Right,
when
yeah.
they see a $50 Kith T-shirt.
Yep.
So he's like really scaled his brand and translated it to fit a lot of different audiences of people, man.
Yeah.
I think that Kith is amazing. Obviously, the quality
Yeah.
is sick. The cool thing about it, I think back to a couple years ago, some of the drops he was doing, they were 40, 50 like super limited. But
Right.
now, like those New Balances had just recently released really high stock. Like they're making money, but he's still strategic and keeping certain collabs
Right,
and items
yeah.
very limited. And I think obviously I'm a huge Kith fan. I think Ronnie Feig's the GOAT. But
For sure,
dude,
yeah.
that's cool. That's
Yeah, what he's
makes
done
it-
with that over there is crazy, man, and that's honestly where I would like to be, and how many every years that takes.
Yes, definitely, man. No, that's awesome. That's a good person to look up to
Yeah.
too. Well, I mean, since we're talking about Kith and Ronnie, like collaboration is a big part of his brand as far as collaborating with other companies or marketing companies to get his stuff out there and hit there, maybe advertise to different markets or audiences.
Yeah.
So what type of collaborations do you see, if any, yourself pursuing with Lost Files in the future? What's your angle? Other clothing companies, more lifestyle companies? Where's your head at with collaboration?
I really like the corduroy, like just the nostalgic vibe that it brings.
That's a
and
perfect starting collab.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I was up at 3 in the morning just randomly emailing people and just happened to come across them,
Yeah.
emailed them, and they got back to me.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that came pretty organic. But like stuff like that, like
Yeah.
stuff from like my childhood that would really bring back like childhood type just thoughts and feelings is pretty dope.
Right. That's it. And I mean, if you're really pursuing design that you love and interests you, and people are, I mean, that's a win. That's a huge
Yeah,
win.
for
That's
sure.
what people, you're not focused on whatever the trend of today is, because you're gonna miss it. You know what I
Right,
mean? By
right.
the time you actually get it out there, you're pursuing things and collabs that really fit your interests, you
Yeah,
could say. And
yeah.
I think that's what Ronnie did, man. That's what all of his collaborations, he's like, yeah, this was my favorite TV show when I was a
Right,
kid.
yeah.
This was my favorite album when I was a kid, and he pursues those collabs, and they're super organic, and people love it, dude,
Yep.
because it resonates with a ton of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone loves that stuff, man, and like that stuff will never die. Like that'll never go out of style.
Literally timeless.
Yeah, for sure.
exactly. We're in like the era of influencer marketing, like obviously rather than a television commercials, like that's in a completely different encyclopedia. That's not even
Yeah.
in line with anything that we do. So with influencer marketing, you've had some pretty crazy occurrences of like I would say A-listers wearing your stuff, man. I mean, I'll let you talk about it, but Lil Yachty was actually seen wearing your shorts while he was teasing one of his new songs on Instagram.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy. Yeah.
how did you feel when you saw that, bro?
Man, it was like 1 in the morning, and I was like half asleep, and I had to wake up. And
Right.
Call my brother.
And
yeah.
then you didn't go back to bed.
Yeah, no,
That'd be tough.
I was up for a while after that.
That's so
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you
Unreal.
guys for sure, man.
Especially because like, you're not paying him to wear it or
Yeah.
anything like
Right,
that. It's
yeah.
like he's wearing it. Hey, these are dope. Like
Because he likes them.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that's probably
Yeah.
the coolest part is they probably get sent stuff like every day.
Oh,
like
Yes.
yeah.
multiple boxes.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Of stuff. And then,
Definitely.
for him to wear my stuff and then for me to see it
Yeah.
is crazy.
It's the coolest. What
Yeah.
what are some of the
Yeah.
other big names? I know you said one of the Milwaukee Bucks rookies walked out in a pair of your
Yeah,
shorts the
Jordan
other day.
Wara, seen him pregame wearing it when I was watching the game. That was crazy.
Dude, that's wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That was a cool one for
He
sure.
just wears them in the game. Get off the court.
right. Out of-
Yeah, he
breaks-
had the green
likes
ones
them
on
so
too,
much.
yeah.
That would be insane if that happened.
Man.
Wow. But that's still awesome.
That's
Wow.
cool. So what's the strategy like? How would you connect to big influencers in general? Like, what's the strategy to getting your shorts in the hands of people that want them? Because obviously you're not just like cold sending them out to
Right,
A-list, because you'll actually lose money doing that,
For
right?
sure,
They're
yeah.
targeted. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get how would you do that? I don't even know.
Like I first have to pick who I even want to try to reach out to, because if I just try to reach out to everybody, just wouldn't
Yeah.
be no
Chaos.
yeah, just too much going on. So just really seeing like who's being posted on what Instagram pages and like who follows those Instagram pages that could possibly follow me
Right.
and stuff like that. Like we're trying to get WNBA players because
Yeah.
their season's still going, and
Right.
just trying to really touch everything that we feel could still be in our target market type area.
Definitely. It's interesting, man. Just connecting to influencers. That really is obviously there's, I think about all the controversy the other day with what was it, Addison Rae in the UFC?
Oh, yeah.
You guys saw
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So it just makes me think about the era of influencer marketing that we're
crazy.
in. It's like, someone had a pretty decent take on that I saw that where they said it's normal to see influencers getting positions like she got, but her take on it was kind of distasteful, bragging about how she only went to 3 months of school or whatever. Regardless of any of that, that is the world we're in, where
For
someone
sure.
like Addison Rae can boost your brand and your brand presence and following to a degree that no one else really could.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like, have you targeted anyone on any like big TikTok influencers?
I'm trying
so
to
far?
get more into that, and I need to still do that. But we're
Yeah.
trying, like, um, YouTube, TikTokers, Instagram, like people,
Yeah.
just trying to really touch all the bases, and then picking those people too is pretty big. Just finding the right people to send those to.
For sure. It's cool. You had said to me last night while we were at dinner, you're like, yeah, man, I actually don't even own a lot of my own collections that I've dropped because I
Yeah.
ended up sending the pairs to different influencers.
Yeah.
Didn't you say like the pair that Lil Yachty has was your personal pair?
The pair his dad has is my tie-dye pair. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I
That's
don't even have
awesome.
mine
You were
anymore.
playing basketball in them and stuff.
I was wearing them like a few days before. I was like, yeah, I gotta
That's
wash these
awesome.
real quick.
No shame in that.
So
That's
funny.
amazing,
Yeah.
dude. So yeah, I suppose you do what you need to elevate
for
the
sure,
brand. If you
yeah.
need to send them, if you get an opportunity like that, I'd take them right off,
Yeah,
wash them,
I'll
send
find
them out.
another pair. Yeah.
Exactly. Dude, like, let's just talk about the overwhelming support from our community, man, because you know a lot of people in our industry are just rinse and repeat other business models that they've seen replicated successfully a bunch of times.
Right.
You don't see a lot of people that are really like taking a huge risk and a huge leap of faith and actually doing something that's far different and riskier, like you've done with Lost Files, like actually putting, you know, design on paper, taking the risk, ordering these shorts, seeing if they sell. How have you felt? Have you felt like just, were you surprised by the support? Yeah, what are your feelings
Man,
on
the
that?
support was crazy. I didn't think it was gonna be like that much.
Yeah.
They kind of put me in the spot where I am to now, like with all the support. It's been really crazy. Like I can't even put it into words, like how the support has been and like how much it's meant to the brand.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, and
For sure,
it's cool to see too. It's cool to see people in our community like supporting one of their own like that.
Man, that's super
just
dope,
like
man. I appreciate
not
that.
in a kind of like a non-competitive way, just like
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
like, yo, this dude's shorts are sick. Or this dude's pieces, hats, all of it are
Yeah.
sick. I want them. I feel like every Lost Files drop, I see more and more and more people in the community like piling in, like
Yeah.
just loving it, bro. It's really cool. But
Man,
also,
yeah.
you there's probably part of you. It's like, okay, now how do I properly translate
For
this
sure, yeah.
to, 7 billion people in the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of where like you getting into these influencers and basketball players and getting into these markets.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't you say that your Instagram exceeded your Twitter in terms of following?
Yeah. Yesterday, actually, like last
Wow.
night, it passed. Our Instagram followers passed our Twitter followers.
Dude,
and
congrats.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. I think that's big in my head.
Yeah.
In my head, that the Instagram is going to indicate like the normal followers for your
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
And then Twitter, we know, I mean, obviously that could indicate it too, but your launch on Twitter, all like the sneaker Twitter people followed. So
Yeah.
it might not be the most accurate
Right.
metric.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking
Yes.
and how I looked at it. Yeah. So when
It's a big
Instagram
deal.
finally did pass, yeah, that was really cool because I know that's a lot more people that didn't know me from Twitter.
Right.
And
That's
stuff
it.
like that.
Mainstream
yeah.
recognition.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's sick, dude. And Instagram is where you're gonna probably keep thriving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude, if the next time we link up, your Instagram is literally 20x your
Man,
Twitter,
me neither.
100x or something like that.
Yep.
For sure.
It's amazing, man. So as far as when you put the orders in, when you get the orders in, what is like the quality control? Like, have you had any issues with quality control so far, or are they like really standardized and like the orders are perfect when you get them in?
For the most part, like I thought I checked over them as good as I could, and like if there's ever something I do want to change, I'll let the manufacturer know, like, hey, on the next order, let's do this different, let's do this different, or whatever it may be. Like I think going from our corduroy shorts, the second collection, to our third shorts, we needed deeper pockets, and that was something like, yo, we need to be able to like hold a phone in here or something,
Yeah.
because you can't fit anything in these pockets. So,
Right.
like just making small changes like that. Or now, like I know on our recent stuff, like the strings were way too long, so I was like, hey, next time let's cut the strings back just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't like draw strings hanging out.
Definitely.
That's why I kept them on the inside. So just small changes like that. If I ever see something, just let them know, and they're really good about making the changes that
That's
I need
awesome.
done. Yeah,
It's like a pretty open line of communication
for sure.
between you
Yeah,
and them. That's
anything.
sweet.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's like super helpful too.
yeah, definitely. Just like them being able to help me out like that, because there's some people like, hey, we can't change that,
Yeah.
but they're pretty good with it for sure.
Bro, I got to give you props. This guy Estevan has been shipping every order out
Yeah.
himself this entire time. When he told us that, I'm like, dude, what do you? I mean, you got to source that out, and I'm sure you're getting close. You must be getting close to the
Yeah.
point where it's a necessity. You're gonna need to source it out.
Yeah, I
would
was
think.
shipping GF&F stuff, and he was doing a lot more than me. And I was like, man, I stopped selling stuff just so I didn't have to ship it.
Right?
And he's doing like
Yeah.
10x.
That probably
in
takes
in
the
a
longest.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, it probably takes longer than actually designing stuff. Is shipping stuff
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
it's
and I
crazy,
try
man.
not to mess up.
And
Yeah.
as like founder and CEO and creative designer of this company, man, like your time is better spent, putting pen to paper,
Right.
and designing and communicating with influencers and marketing your brand. So I'm sure it's probably pretty apparent that you're about ready to source that work out. I would think,
Probably
pay
soon,
someone
yeah,
a
for
good,
sure.
decent wage to,
Yeah,
because that's like cheap. It's just cheaper labor as far as the industry is concerned. You can get people to like package and ship stuff for 15-20 bucks an hour, I'm sure.
yeah.
And your time's better spent elsewhere. So that's that when you told me you're still doing all of it yourself, I was floored. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
how do you even have time to do anything else? That's crazy.
Yeah, it takes up like a whole day. Like my whole Friday's like dedicated to shipping.
It's impressive that you're able to do it in a day too. I
Yeah.
don't, because that's amazing.
Yeah,
man.
I thought like the time it was taking, it was like 4 hours one time. Like, it's kind of taking a little bit longer than I thought.
Definitely. That's well, I commend you on that, man. How about like any advice for like new brands if someone wanted to I really like that you got into shorts, honestly, because there's not a lot of hyped shorts or really nice culturally modern shorts out there, so it's an awesome market to get into. I think of other things like Stance got really into like socks, and they really
Yeah.
took over the sock scene like
sure.
that. So yeah, do you have any advice for anyone that may be looking to launch some type of project or company similar to yours, like early just any early advice that you would give?
Just like I would just say, just jump in and do it, man.
Do
Like,
it.
Yeah.
Take the
like
risk.
the experience is probably like the best help you will ever get. It's just
Yep.
jumping in and do it. I know it's like a huge leap, but that helped me a lot. Just actually doing it and stop talking about it. And
Yeah,
Quit waiting so long. Just do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I had heard, I don't know who it was, I had heard someone say just a quote about like deadlines and like the human tendency with deadlines. Like if we set a deadline, hey, let's get this podcast out by July 30th, it's gonna be released on July 29th. You
Right,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But if we set the podcast, hey, let's get this out by the 15th, then it's gonna be out by the and that's just really, or maybe the 16th or 17th.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna be on a much more aggressive, timely manner than
For sure.
if you said, yeah, I like that advice, man. Just literally jumping and doing it.
Yeah.
Similar with us with GF&F and some of our new ventures, man. Even just like the media side of our company, really expanding and just start. We started a podcast like about a year ago now. Like before there was really any demand, like there's no real apparent demand for a podcast, but we're just, hey, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
put pen to paper,
Right.
see how it's received, and here we are. It's been highly successful.
Yeah.
And, obviously similar to yours, but even more so with Lost Files. So it's great, man. How about like long term? Where do you see yourself and your brand like 1 year, 5 year, 10 year? What's like your macro strategy?
Probably in the long run, I really want to be doing full collections, like not just shorts.
Yeah.
Tops, accessories,
Yeah.
pants,
Like spring collections,
jackets,
and
yeah, all that stuff. Like a full fashion show with like showing the pieces and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, just doing full collections would probably be
Mhm.
something I hope to be doing in 5 years, 10
Right.
years.
just elevating the brand a lot.
Yeah.
What do
All
you
at
think?
your own online store, or would you try
Uh,
to sell elsewhere?
I haven't thought about that too much, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't
like going
I don't
to
know.
stores
Yeah.
or something.
Right.
or local ones
Yeah,
or something.
I really like how going back to Kith, they have all their own stuff
Yeah,
in
it's all
store.
their own.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be cool. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Is brick and mortar something that you've considered pursuing? And if so, like probably not right now, I wouldn't think.
Right.
But
Yeah, not right now, and yeah, I don't know if in the near future if I would want to do something like that.
Yeah.
But possibly things could change. You know.
yeah, the entire landscape around brick and mortar shopping is changing faster than any of us
For
can
sure,
keep up
yeah.
with. You know, it went from like completely dead pre 2020. In store was just like retail shopping, brick and mortar was just dead, right?
Yeah.
And then 2020, everything was like forced to shut down, and now that everything's opening back up, we're actually seeing a resurgence.
Right now, people want to get out. Actually.
Yeah, people want, but who's to say that's gonna last? In
Right.
6 months or 8 months, people might be completely back to like, dude, why would I go to the store? I'm just gonna order it. Where people are
Right.
back to their normal ways. So yeah, that's retail brick and mortar stores in the modern era, I feel like it's really experience based.
For
You
sure,
know,
yeah.
like I love that Kith has a whole vibe to it, and with Kith treats, and it's
Yeah.
they're brick and mortar. It's an experience.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
more than just shopping at that point. Like you get like
Exactly.
a whole different, yeah, like you said, a whole experience
Yep.
of going there, and stuff
Especially,
like that.
and you can tell that's the direction that they're pursuing further with Kith Paris.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
totally experience based feel and
Yeah.
environment, and I feel like that's really the way to stand out and be unique in this landscape. How about like directly seeding some of your clothing to other brick and mortar stores, like resale shops or retailers? Like if a company like Undefeated wanted to carry your clothes or something like that, is that something that you would want to pursue? Is getting your lines in other brick and mortar stores?
Yeah, like depending on the name of like who would like who's asking, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been amazing just to see the overall growth in your company. I mean, like you said, it's been roughly 4 months
Yeah,
since
about 4 months.
since
Yeah.
your first order of shorts was actually put in,
Yep.
and to where you are now, it's just I feel like your momentum's powerful
Thank you.
in any industry, bro. Momentum. If your mindset's in the right place and you have that momentum behind you, like not a lot of things are gonna slow you down. So, dude, I'm happy and excited to see your foot on the gas, continuing to pursue like unique collections, unique designs, and pursue things that interest you is
Yeah.
ultimately, I think, what's going to bring length and longevity to your brand,
For sure.
because you're never going to run out of things that interest you.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're just looking, hey, what's going to interest TikTok today, that you're going to run out of ideas
Right,
eventually.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
you're really just like drawing it from within yourself, dude, like, yeah, that's amazing. That's it's really cool because obviously we have built and are in the process of building a brand, but it's just so much of a different industry and
Yeah.
and the customer clientele and everything than yours. So it's amazing to hear your perspective, dude. It's been sweet. I wanted to hit a few industry topics too, just for
For sure.
relevancy's sake, as far as stuff that recent resale topics that have gone down or are coming up. The first one I had written was the Nike exclusive access. So Nike about a week or two ago, a couple weeks back actually, they sent out a notification on the sneakers app, like explaining what qualifies people, like how they're actually distributing via exclusive access, why they're selecting certain accounts and whatnot. And it's funny, people are just salty, and everyone's response to that was, oh yeah, the reason they're saying this is because of all the bad PR a few months ago from like the West Coast Joe situation and what have you. So they pushed out that notification, and then here we had a couple weeks beyond that, the ICA drop, the new Virgil Air Force Ones. You guys like those, by the way?
I think they're dope.
You think
I
they're
wouldn't
dope? Are you gonna
wear
pick them up?
They're cool. but I couldn't
No, they're a
wear
little
'em.
bit too much for me. But
Okay.
Yeah, those are dope.
In the future, though, man.
Yeah,
In
for
the
sure.
future,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go. You like them, Vince?
They're cool, but I couldn't wear them. I don't think.
It is a lot of yellow. It's
I
pretty
have
bright.
the
yeah.
Grateful Deads, and like I just can't wear them.
Sure.
I wore them like one time. They're tough.
You think MCA, ICA, which would you say is like more your style?
MCA.
MCA?
I could wear
Yeah.
MCA.
Yeah.
For sure.
Those are clean.
I think you could, that blue,
They would go with
a little
more
easier.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
match more. I wear more blues than I do like yellows all day.
Yeah.
So, the spoofing thing, it's always, I don't know. Sneaker stashes are funny because like Nike knows people spoof, and
Right.
then
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's an interesting thing, bro. You guys know Bots worked on this one?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was Linear. I want to say Linear. I think demolished the stock on that, which is just crazy. I mean, imagine hitting like some dudes were hitting 50, 100. Obviously, I don't know about
Do
cancellation
we know how they're
percentages.
canceling? Yeah, I had heard.
I had heard there were some cancels.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder
what I
how
heard
they're
too.
doing
Yeah.
it.
I don't know what they're basing them on.
Yeah.
I don't know if like it's per address or what have you, but I know some guys made some buku cash from that release, which is crazy. Bro, I was so frustrated. I was spoofed for a couple days. I personally didn't hit any. I thought I was so fast too. I swear to God, I watched it go from like 86% inventory remaining to like 3% in literally 4 seconds in front of my face. But it's because everyone and their mother, I think, was spoofed at this point. It was nothing. Do you guys remember the MCA drop? Did you hit those back
I
in the day?
didn't. No. Yeah, I did. I tried though.
Yeah. Remember how long they were in
I was
stock?
gone.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was
Those
away.
took forever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It felt like
man.
you had a lot of time. Yeah.
A lot of time. You really did. If you were spoofed and prepared for the MCAs, it was like kind of an easy dub.
Yeah.
And you could loop and hit multiples.
Was that before stock? Like people got stock numbers?
Like,
we
like
know?
providers or
Yeah,
whatever.
did we know stock on that?
I don't recall.
Versus these?
I don't really remember.
It would be
No-
so much compared to these ones.
I bet the stock was higher. I hope we see
Oh, it
more
have to
more
be, I think.
ICA. I'm sure we'll see more opportunities to
Yeah.
cop
Yeah,
the ICAs in Boston. So, yeah, really would like to get a pair of those, bro.
So you would wear them?
I don't know. I kind of want to sell them, but I love I don't know. I love the shoes that are like 20x margins or 15x.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
those are so few and far between as far
Right.
as sneaker releases nowadays. What are you going 20x on if not a pair of Virgil Air Force Ones?
Right,
You know. Let's talk a little bit about like sports car market or just card market in general. I wrote down like seeing green, like slight recovery. We're seeing a bounce back in several different categories of sports. Several players' cards, different TCG markets are actually starting to do well. So some people are saying that, hey, we may have found the bottom and now, the market's corrected itself and now it's true collector interest. I think that there's a lot of buzz right now because we're coming up on the National.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that that's definitely a variable. People are super excited. People are getting their collections ready to sell. Maybe they're liquidating so they can buy new stuff at
Right.
the National. It's I don't know. It's been a cool time in the hobby. Estevan, you said you're actually like pretty into cards, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm going to National. Yeah, I'll be there.
that's sick. Okay, sweet. Are you going like the whole time? Or like do you
I
have
have
a
a 5-day
VIP
ticket.
or-
Yeah. So
Let's go.
Probably
Are
That's
you
awesome.
looking to buy anything? Like, are you going for
Um,
like, I want this card or anything?
not anything specific.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'll be looking at a lot though.
Dude, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I think everyone,
sweet.
it's going to be a who's who of the entire industry, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be, you'll have an opportunity to meet virtually anyone. I'm going to be there, man. I'm super excited. Hope to get, we had the idea to maybe do some content. So I'm really hoping that we get like a GFNF, like NSCC vlog. I think that'd be really cool. Just like what we're buying, what we're looking at, who we were able to meet. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna be able to meet like a lot of our employees, a lot of members, just people that I know from the industry, and also I'm looking for like a Brady rookie for myself and like maybe a 9 or whatnot, and more sealed wax for us to rip on the show. So yeah, we have a few different types of sealed wax and boxes that we're unable to find on eBay, but we know we're gonna be at the Nationals somewhere. So
Yeah.
that's my my primary objective is gonna be to hunt down some awesome stuff for us to break. So, dude, I'm excited. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
I
It's
really,
gonna be fun for sure.
I'm not really familiar with Chicago. Do you know, because you're in like the Wisconsin
Yeah.
area, so you're not too far from Chicago. Do you know the city pretty well?
The show isn't even in Chicago. I think it's in Rosemont.
That's
if
it.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Mm, you're right,
It's
yeah.
probably like a 30-minute drive to the
Okay.
city.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Something around there. Yeah. It's not too
Huh.
close,
Okay. You'll
but
need
it's a little bit close.
I was gonna
guess.
say, get
yeah.
some Giordano's pizza.
Yeah.
Or
That's right there. Yeah.
Dude, you'll need to show me some
Luminati's.
good recommendations. We'll need to kick it when,
Yeah,
when
for
I'm
sure,
out there.
for
Those are
sure.
good.
I'm gonna be out there like 4 days, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would really like to get a good feel and taste of the city and whatnot. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited,
Yeah.
bro. Everyone's going to the
Michigan
National.
Avenue, dude.
Every single like sports card channel or card owner or breaker that all of their everything that they're talking about right now is preparing for the National,
Yep, yep.
for the National. People are excited as hell, dude, and myself included. I think it's gonna be just a new experience, and I'm pumped for it. But I think that might be a variable that's helping the sports card or the car market in general.
Yeah.
But I think stuff's in a healthy spot right now, and I feel super comfortable with it. Let's cue into this week's leaks. So Esteban, if you've seen the podcast, I'm sure you have. It's basically, we like to wrap it up with just a few upcoming leaked releases that maybe we've seen photos or some leaked images of that are confirmed to be coming out that we're either, and we'll just give our opinions on them. So first one I had written down was the Bad Bunny ZX8000 ice cream. It's the Adidas shoe. Did you see those, Vince?
Yeah.
And Esteban, what were your guys' thoughts on those?
I like the model a lot.
Yep.
The colors on the ice cream ones are both pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They're loud, but it totally...
It's definitely Bad Bunny.
It gives Bad
yeah.
Bunny vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really is. I don't know. I think Bad Bunny is the best thing for, other than obviously Kanye Yeezy brand, right? But Bad Bunny is one of the best things Adidas has got going for them right now.
Yeah,
I mean, Bad Bunny contract, I don't know what the parameters of their contract look like, if it's actually like a 5, 10 or lifetime I have no clue. But all I know is that all the Bad Bunny shoes they've made very limited.
Yeah.
They fly and they resell for a ton. So I think Adidas knows that they've got an absolute gem in Bad Bunny. Dude, I love it. I love the more profitable Adidas drops.
Did you have the other ones at all? Yeah,
I didn't. How about you?
Too tough to get.
They were super hard to get. Yeah, they're nice though, man. I'm excited. I like seeing more Bad Bunny collabs come out. So I think the ZX8000s will be good.
Yeah.
Next ones I had written down was the SB Dunk Low FTC. What it's like a powder blue. The white has kind of like a quilted look to it all the way around to the front toe box. There's hits of yellow. They're clean as hell in my opinion. I think they're really nice. What's FTC stand for?
I forgot.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll have to check. Maybe we can cue that up on the screen because I definitely don't remember. What do you guys think about the shoes themselves though?
Skate shop, right?
I would think so. It's got to be.
They're sick.
Yeah.
I've gotten away from dunks, shoes in general.
Yeah, just like your collection, you've slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah, dunks. I was like buying so many dunks.
I remember.
I got over it.
I still like
New Balance.
coming back to like one small topic we hit on the last podcast, which was just how Nike has preserved the SB. And I like that. I like that the SB collabs are still special. I like that they're also high quality. And
I was just gonna say those look really high quality.
Exactly.
I feel like it does pull it down a little bit though. Like it's like Mercedes making the C class. It like pulls down their like other cars a little bit.
I know exactly.
They use glue on the seats instead of real stitching.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, kind of affected the image there for a minute.
Right.
I think that may have been what did it for me on the SB Dunks.
Makes sense, man. I mean, they like abused the dunk silhouette.
Yeah, they're pushing them out.
It's not even like it wasn't even like the Jordan 1 where we were getting like one nice retro every month and a half. Like it was once a week or three a week.
3 or 4 different colorways.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane.
Crazy.
So no, I think those FTC SBs are absolutely fire.
Yeah,
though.
they're clean for sure.
I'm excited for that drop, but probably gonna be really difficult to get because it's an SB Dunk, and that's the name of the game. So
did you see they loaded the strawberry cough dunk highs finally?
No.
I seen
Yeah,
that.
they loaded the images on Nike.
Nice.
It's been a while. Yeah,
I almost bought them like a month ago.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, these might never release.
Yeah.
Are they scheduled to drop soon?
They're not scheduled.
they don't have
but
a
they
date
just loaded
yet.
them.
But yeah, they
okay.
did.
So we should see them then. Nice.
Should see them
Hopefully,
finally at some point soon.
That's awesome.
The quality on those two looks crazy.
Yeah.
It just looks insane.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy
That was a
one.
420 dunk, right? The
Mhm.
strawberry
They're
cough.
supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yep.
So maybe not till next year, but
I don't know. But that would be a while from now. Imagine them loading and then dropping. Like,
I know it'd be
10 months
way
from now.
too long.
Right?
Yeah.
And coming full circle, this week's leaks, I wanted to do something a little special. It's actually going to be Lost Files Collection 7. So that's the last leak on this week's leaks, bro. So I'll let you describe a little bit of what the collection is, and we can put up a couple teaser pictures on screen. We'll cue them in as well. So yeah.
So it's another corduroy collection. We're gonna do corduroy collection 2, 3 more shorts. No hats this time, but I think everyone's gonna like these a lot. I really like the black all over prints from the first collection. So we're doing a red pair of those and a green pair, and then we have another purple pair that is based off a book cover that they have. So I think it all looks pretty good, and this ties back to the whole corduroy theme pretty well.
I love it, dude.
Kick
You
ass,
showed me
dude.
the
Yeah,
when you were showing me
that's
these
sick.
before we started. Dude, that purple pair smacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
I like it. It's a
He-
really nice soft color that
Dude,
When
dude,
I
just fits
saw it, I
perfect.
thought of my Terra Dunks. Do you know
Okay,
the Terra
yep,
Dunks?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, I could get those
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, no, dude, it's exciting, man. And yeah, you've got a drop coming up in a few days here, and then that's
Yeah.
gonna be collection 7. So
Yep.
exciting
Awesome,
stuff,
dude.
bro. That is about it for me, man. I don't have
Yeah.
much else. Vince, do you have any other
No,
questions
man.
for him?
Appreciate you.
Esteban,
Thank you
my
guys,
guy,
man.
dude.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, no, it was my pleasure, man. I'm really happy you made it out. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming,
Yeah,
being
for
on the
sure.
show, bro. Excited to see the future of Lost Files, bro. I want to see you shine, keep growing and elevating the brand.
you, guys.
And of course,
Oh, yeah.
dude, till next time, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
Thanks, man.